everyone, and welcome back to Hall, also known as Teach as We Learn. Today we're going to be learning on how to multiply and divide exponents. So let's begin. So on the board, we have an example. So let's begin with the first one. So we have 6x to the power times 2x to the power 4. So what we're going to do in this equation is basically multiply our bases. So this and this. And we should get 6 times 2 is 12. Sorry about that. Is 12x. Right? But then we have to worry about our exponents. But that's quite easy as well. We can see that here we have a 4, but here we don't have anything. In the last video, if you don't remember, adding and subtracting exponents, I talked about how we can add this 1. And what it basically does is, it helps us add or simplify those exponents later on. It's the same thing, but since we're not timesing it by anything, we just say, 1, right? So what we would do is take 1 and 4 and add it together. So 1 plus 4 is 5, and this would be our answer. Then again, we can do another practice problem, 3x squared, 3x to the power 2 times 2x to the power 2. Multiply those bases, 6x, and then add those exponents, 4. Quite easy. However, there's also sometimes, instead of just, multiplying this, sometimes we have to multiply exponents, meaning that could look something like this. Right? So we're just not multiplying like base times a base, or, it's just multiplying it to our exponent. So all we simply do here is times those exponents together, right? And you would get x squared. So the thing is, you're also supposed to multiply your x. You're not supposed to multiply it, you're supposed to power it. So it should be, like x times x. But that just gives us x, so that's what it's here. And what I mean by that is if we do another practice problem, such as minus 6p power to 2, then we would power and multiply. So here with your coefficient here, I would power it, so to 2. So minus 6 times minus 6, right? I have to power it 2 times, would be 36. Okay, and then I would just multiply my exponent. So here's imaginary 1, and 1 times 2 is 2. So this concept, most people I know, they're able to understand this. This is what most people struggle, including me. I struggled with it too. So I want to focus on this a little more, right? So let's have another problem. 3q to the power of 3. So what we're going to do, first things, is multiply power 3 to this 3. So when I mean power, I mean all we do is literally this. 3 times 3, I should not use multiplier because I don't want people to confuse it with a variable, times 3. And that would be 9, and then 9 times 3 would be 27. So we write 27q. right? So we did 3 times 3 times 3. Then for exponents, what we have to do is multiply them. So 2 times 3 would be 6. So basically, whenever you get a scenario where you have to multiply something by an exponent, you would multiply the base, so you would power the base, so you would power the base, and 2, you would multiply the exponent. So for most people I know, they have a hard time doing this, and they're able to understand this. So just maybe replay this segment if you need to. But I know this is what I really, truly struggled with, so that's why I dived more in depth into this. Then we have dividing exponents, and that it's not that bad. Basically, this would be a sample problem. So what I would do is I would divide, right, my variables. And in this case, we can put sort of like an imaginary 1. So it would result to x, because 1 divided by 1 is 1x, or x in this case. And then you would just subtract your exponents. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So our answer is this. Something advanced could look like this. So 9 divided by 3, right? Because we would divide our variables. 3r, and then just subtract your exponent. So 4 minus 2, 2. That's your answer. What they do in dividing is, what they will do is give you negative exponents. And it literally scares so many people, and it's nothing to be scared of, like, I assure you. So what they'll do is, okay, they'll give you something like this. And what they'll do is also they'll make it double, which most students are able to figure that out. Okay. So first things first, we can only, these are the two numbers which we'll deal with separately, right? Because they have to be the same variable, right? We can't divide like y with x. No, we would divide x with x. First things off right off the bat. You can't, divide, right? Have to divide the same variables with their corresponding variables. So let's do this. x7 divided by x5. Okay, that would be x2. We got it. Now this is 4 and this is 9. So 4 minus 9 would be y negative 5. However, we don't like these negative exponents. So all you simply have to do is just carry it down. And now it will be x squared over y5. So what did we just do there? We literally took this negative exponent and put it underneath, sort of like a denominator, which made it positive. And there you go. And I'll do another problem because I know this blows away minds. And this sort of was a hard concept for me as well. Maybe y2, y8. How did it turn red? 12 and x 10. So y divided by y would result in y. 2 minus 8 would be negative 6. And then x divided by x is x. And then 12 minus 10 is 2. And remember that we always divide with the same variable, right? We don't divide with x. Why would y divided by x? We'd only divide y divided by y. But anyway, here we go. And then we can clearly see that x is 2, it's positive, it's good. But y is negative 6. So we'd draw a line and just move this here. And this would become y6, and we could erase that. So that's it for today. I probably understand that this part and this part made you the most confused. So maybe rewatch these two segments, because I'm pretty sure the other two might be fine. If those aren't as well, that's all right. Rewatch those other two segments. I understand. Think the hardest concept for me to teach. I had to really struggle myself. So if you do have any questions in the comment section, I will be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, you learned, you understood from this video. If not, I truly want to apologize. But anyway, have a great day and see you all in the next one.